Wow, that's such a cool idea to build. Why didn't I figure it out myself? Let's learn how to build chocolate.
Round 1.
Today, I am building chocolate, and specifically, I am making a Kinder chocolate bar, which is one of the most famous chocolate brands in the world. Everyone knows this chocolate with its distinctive white and red packaging that is recognizable anywhere. I start by building the first half of the wrapper using white wool and red wool, because these are the signature colors of Kinder chocolate. White wool has a clean, bright texture that represents the white parts of the packaging perfectly. Red wool is vibrant and eye-catching, just like the real wrapper you see in stores. I am also building the text on the front of the package at the same time, because the Kinder logo is very important for recognition. The lettering needs to be clear and readable even from a distance, so people know exactly what chocolate this is supposed to be. The back of the wrapper I complete, using the same white wool and red wool materials to keep everything consistent. Real chocolate wrappers wrap all the way around the bar, so my build needs to show this too. The back usually has nutritional information and ingredients, but in Minecraft, I just make it the same colors as the front. White wool on the back creates that continuous wrapper effect that goes from front to back seamlessly. Red wool accents match the front design and make the whole package look unified. Building both sides makes the chocolate bar look three-dimensional and realistic from any viewing angle. The wrapper is the most recognizable part of any branded chocolate, so getting the colors right is very important for this build. In the upper part of the chocolate bar, I build the bent edges of the wrapper from white wool. When you open a real chocolate bar, the wrapper folds and bends at the top, where it has been torn open. This is that moment captured in block form, showing the packaging partially opened. White wool works well for this because the inside of wrappers is usually white or silver colored. The bent edges curl over, showing that someone has started to unwrap this delicious treat. These small details make the difference between a simple colored box and something that actually looks like chocolate packaging. The folds and creases add realism and tell a story about the chocolate being ready to eat. Above the wrapper, I build the actual chocolate bar itself sticking out from brown wool. Brown wool has the perfect color for milk chocolate. That rich, warm brown that makes you hungry just looking at it. The chocolate emerges from the torn wrapper, ready to be eaten by whoever opened it. Brown wool texture is smooth enough to represent the glossy surface of real chocolate. The shape is rectangular like a real Kinder bar, with that characteristic thickness. Chocolate above, wrapper below. The classic image of an opened candy bar that everyone recognizes instantly. Phew! It took so much effort. Great! My chocolate is ready.
What? Hello?
Hey, Banana Kid, look! I built it. Do you like?
No.
What? Did I build the most delicious chocolate?
What?
It's a pity, but I tried so hard. Maybe then you'll try to build a better chocolate yourself.
Yay!
They ran to the place. This is where your building will be. Are you ready?
Ta-da!
Then go ahead.
Round 2.
Banana Kid starts building his chocolate, and he chooses concrete instead of wool for a different look. He uses white concrete and red concrete, which are similar colors to what I used but with a smoother, more modern texture. Concrete has a cleaner appearance than wool and makes the packaging look more like printed plastic material. For the front of the wrapper, Banana Kid makes the background from white concrete, which creates a nice bright base. White concrete is very clean and pure looking, perfect for the main face of a chocolate package that needs to catch your eye. The rest of the packaging all around he builds from red concrete, giving it that classic chocolate bar wrapper feel. Red is such a popular color for candy packaging because it attracts attention and makes people feel hungry and excited. Banana Kid also builds some kind of text or logo on the front of the packaging, but I cannot quite tell what it says from here. The letters are a bit unclear and hard to read. Maybe he is still working on them, or maybe his handwriting in blocks is just messy. Building text in Minecraft is always tricky because you need to make letters from square blocks, which is not easy at all. Some letters like O and S are especially hard because they have curves that do not translate well to blocks. But having text on the front is important because that is how you know what brand of chocolate you are looking at in the store. Without the name, it would just be a red and white box that could be anything, really. Banana Kid is trying to make it recognizable, even if the letters are not perfect yet. The wrapper continues to take shape as Banana Kid works on all sides of the packaging. Red concrete dominates most of the surface area, creating that bold, eye-catching look that chocolate companies love to use. The white concrete on the front acts as a label area where the brand name and logo would normally go on real packaging. This two-tone design is very common for candy bars, a bright background color with a contrasting panel for information. Banana Kid understands basic packaging design principles even if he cannot explain them with words. The proportions look right for a chocolate bar, rectangular and not too thick. Concrete blocks line up neatly, creating smooth, flat surfaces that look like real printed packaging material. Higher up on the build, Banana Kid constructs the edges of unwrapped packaging using the same white concrete and red concrete blocks. These are the torn and folded parts of the wrapper that peel back when you open a chocolate bar. The edges fold over and curve, showing where the packaging has been pulled apart to reveal the chocolate inside. White concrete on the inside of these folds represents the inner layer of the wrapper, which is usually plain. Red concrete on the outside maintains that branded look even on the torn edges. This detail shows the moment of opening, that exciting second when you finally get to see and eat your chocolate. Banana Kid pays attention to these small, realistic touches that make the build feel alive and dynamic. The folded wrapper edges extend outward, creating that characteristic opened candy bar silhouette that everyone recognizes. When you tear open a chocolate bar, the wrapper does not disappear. It folds back and stays attached to the bottom portion. Banana Kid captures this perfectly with his concrete construction showing both sides of the torn wrapper. The transition from intact packaging below to torn edges above tells the story of someone opening this chocolate. These kinds of details separate a simple box from something that actually looks like food packaging. Building with concrete gives clean, sharp edges that make the folds look crisp and intentional. The whole wrapper section is now complete and ready for the actual chocolate to be added on top. Even higher above the wrapper, Banana Kid builds the actual chocolate bar itself from brown concrete. Brown concrete has a rich, dark color that looks exactly like milk chocolate or maybe dark chocolate. The chocolate emerges from the torn wrapper just like a real candy bar, ready to be eaten by someone hungry. But wait, I am looking at the shape of this chocolate, and it is not just a solid rectangle. Banana Kid is building individual segments or pieces in the chocolate, separate little fingers of chocolate next to each other. Now I understand what he is making here. This is a KitKat chocolate bar with those famous breakable pieces. KitKat is the chocolate bar that you can snap apart into individual sticks or fingers to eat one at a time. The shape is very distinctive with those parallel ridges running across the top of the bar. Banana Kid builds each segment separately, showing the gaps between the wafer-filled chocolate fingers. Brown concrete creates each piece with clean lines between them, where you would break the bar apart. That is why the packaging looked familiar. KitKat also uses red as their main wrapper color, just like Kinder. But the chocolate shape gives it away completely. Only KitKat has those breakable segments that everyone knows. Banana Kid made a very recognizable chocolate bar, and I finally figured out what brand it is supposed to be from those chocolate fingers on top.
Ta-da! Yay!
Where did everyone run off to? Hey guys, what's all that noise?
Banana Kid and I are building chocolate, JJ. Who did it better?
Oh, both of your buildings look great, but I think it's up to the audience to decide who did the best.
Yes, JJ, you're right. Maybe then you have comments on the construction of Banana Kid?
Yes, there are a couple of comments. It seems to me that you should have made the inscription on the chocolate clearer. I didn't immediately understand what kind of chocolate it was.
I totally agree with you, JJ. Maybe you'll build chocolate too?
Okay, then let's run to the place.
JJ, good luck to you. We'll wait in the house.
But
Thanks, guys. Then I'm starting. Round 3. Today, I will be building chocolate, and I am making Feastables, which is the chocolate brand created by Mr. Beast, one of the most famous YouTubers in the world. Feastables has become incredibly popular because Mr. Beast promotes it in his videos that get hundreds of millions of views. The chocolate bars have a very distinctive look with bright, colorful packaging that stands out on store shelves everywhere. I start building the actual chocolate part first, using brown concrete and brown wool together. Brown concrete gives a smooth, solid chocolate appearance, while brown wool adds some texture variation to make it look more realistic. The combination of both materials creates depth and makes the chocolate look more three-dimensional and appetizing. Now I start building the wrapper on the side of the chocolate bar using quartz blocks first. Quartz is white and bright, which will contrast nicely with the colorful parts of the packaging coming next. The white quartz represents the inner layer of the wrapper, or perhaps a white border element of the Feastables design. Then, I add light blue wool to start creating the signature Feastables color scheme that everyone recognizes from the brand. Feastables packaging uses a lot of blue tones, which make it instantly recognizable among other chocolate brands on the shelf. The blue color is associated with Mr. Beast's branding and appears throughout his merchandise and products consistently. Building realistic packaging requires some special techniques that go beyond just placing regular blocks in straight lines. I use a special crafting table that allows me to create slabs from light blue wool, which are thinner than full blocks. These half-height blocks give me more control over the shape and allow me to create subtle variations in the surface. Slabs combined with full blocks and stairs create a wrapper that is not perfectly flat, or even just like a real candy bar wrapper that has wrinkles and folds from the factory packaging process. Real chocolate bars are never perfectly smooth because the wrapper conforms to the shape of the chocolate inside. I continue building the wrapper using a combination of light blue wool in different forms, including regular blocks, slabs, and stairs for angles. Blue wool stairs create those subtle diagonal lines where the wrapper folds or creases naturally around the chocolate bar. Light blue concrete also gets added to the mix, providing yet another shade of blue that adds depth to the overall design. The slight color variations between wool and concrete make the packaging look more realistic and less like a flat painted surface. This attention to imperfection is what makes builds look authentic, because real objects are never mathematically perfect in their construction. The wrapper now has that slightly rumpled organic look that real candy packaging has when you see it in stores. Some parts stick out slightly more than others. Some edges are angled where the material folds over itself naturally. This is much more interesting visually than a perfectly smooth, rectangular box would be for a chocolate bar build. The blue tones dominate the packaging just like real Feastables bars, which are known for their vibrant blue wrappers. Every chocolate brand has its signature color, and for Feastables, that color is definitely this bright, eye-catching blue that Mr. Beast chose. Now, for the final touch that will make this build truly special and instantly recognizable to anyone who sees it. I place a sign on the front of the chocolate bar and insert a special command into it. This command allows me to display an actual image on the sign, not just text but a real picture. When the command executes, the official Mr. Beast Feastables logo appears on the front of my chocolate bar build. This is the real logo with the Mr. Beast branding that appears on actual Feastables products in stores worldwide. Using commands to add real images takes this build to another level, because now it is not just a blue chocolate bar, but an officially branded Feastables bar that anyone would recognize immediately as Mr. Beast's chocolate. Great! My chocolate is ready! It's time for me to show it to the guys.
What? Yay!
Wow, JJ, you've made such a delicious chocolate. Did you take it from Mr. Beast himself?
Thank you guys. I am very glad that you liked my building. Friends, be sure to write in the comments whose building you liked the most. Well, I think it's time for us to finish.
Yes, JJ, you're right.
Subscribe and like. Bye-bye.
Wow, that's such a cool idea to build. Why didn't I figure it out myself? Let's learn how to build Nutella.
Round 1.
So today, I am building Nutella. This is chocolate spread in a jar. Very tasty. Everyone loves Nutella, especially spread on bread. I start with the jar base. I use glass block because the Nutella jar is transparent. You can see the chocolate inside through the glass. Glass blocks create transparent jar walls. I place them in a circle, forming a cylinder. Nutella jar is round, well as round as you can make in Minecraft. The base is done, glass shines in the sun. Now I need a label. I build the label from white concrete for the label background. Nutella jar has a white label with text. I add special blocks with letters to write the name. Letters form a word on the label. The text on the jar looks like the real thing. Special blocks with letters are very useful for builds like this. White concrete around the letters as background. The label is done and readable from far away. Now I build the jar higher. Above the label I continue building from glass block. The glass part of the jar above the label. The jar gets taller. Cylinder shape is preserved. Glass everywhere except the label. Transparent walls show the contents. The jar is almost done. Need a lid on top. I build the lid from white wool. White wool for the white lid. Nutella has a white plastic lid. Wool is soft and matches the color. The lid closes the jar on top. Now inside the jar, I need chocolate. I fill the interior space with brown wool. Brown wool is the Nutella chocolate spread. I fill everything inside with brown. On top, I cover the lid with white wool from inside. Phew, it took so much effort. Great, my Nutella is ready.
What? Hello?
Hey, Banana Kid, look, I built it. Do you like?
No.
What? I actually made everything out of wool on purpose. It's so much more beautiful. Maybe then you'll try to build the best Nutella yourself?
Yay!
They ran to the place. This is where your building will be. Are you ready?
Ta-da!
Then go ahead.
Round 2.
So Banana Kid is starting to build his Nutella jar. He uses a different approach than me. Instead of glass, he takes brown concrete for the lower part of the jar. Brown concrete represents the chocolate visible through the glass. Interesting solution. The lower part of the jar is completely from brown concrete. Banana Kid builds it wide and stable. The shape is cylindrical as it should be. Brown color is rich, looks like real chocolate. The jar base is done. Higher up, Banana Kid builds the label from quartz block. Quartz is white and smooth, works well for a label. Quartz blocks create a clean surface. In front, he makes a picture from black concrete and red concrete. Black and red concrete on white quartz. This is the logo or picture on the label, probably. Nutella jar has an image of bread with spread. Banana Kid simplifies this to colored blocks. The picture is recognizable. The label comes out bright and noticeable. White quartz, black and red details. Color contrast attracts attention. Banana Kid thought through the label design well. It stands out against the brown jar background. Above the label, Banana Kid completes the jar with brown concrete. Brown concrete again for the upper part. The jar grows upward, keeping its shape. Brown concrete above and below the label, white quartz in the middle. The upper part of the jar is symmetrical to the lower. Same wall thickness, same color. Banana Kid builds neatly, every block in place. The jar is almost done, just the lid left on top. Even higher Banana Kid makes the roof from quartz block. Quartz lid is white like the real one. It closes the jar on top completely. Quartz matches the quartz label in material. Unified style for top and middle. The lid is flat and wide. It extends slightly beyond the jar edges. Like a real lid you can unscrew. Banana Kid finished his Nutella. The jar looks solid and recognizable. Brown body, white label, white lid.
Ta-da! Yahoo!
Where did everyone run off to? Hey guys, what's all that noise?
Banana Kid and I are building Nutella, JJ. Who did it better?
Oh, both of your buildings look great, but I think it's up to the audience to decide who did the best.
Yes, JJ, you're right. Maybe then you have comments on the construction of Banana Kid?
No, I absolutely like the construction of Banana Kid. He made a minimalistic inscription on the jar so beautifully.
I totally agree with you, JJ. Maybe you will build Nutella?
Okay, then let's run to the place as soon as possible.
JJ, good luck to you. We'll wait in the house.
Tu le pera con la papaya.
Thanks, guys. Then I'm starting. Round 3. In my round, I will be building a Nutella jar in 2D style. This means a flat image, like a poster or pixel art. This approach allows adding more details to the front surface. Instead of a 3-dimensional jar, I get a detailed picture. 2-dimensional style has its advantages. You can create complex images that are hard to reproduce in 3D. Faces, text, small details, all of this is easier in flat format. I start with the outline of the jar's lower part from black concrete. Black concrete creates the outline, the boundary of the image. The outline defines the jar shape on a flat plane. Inside this outline, I fill the space with dark oak planks. Dark oak planks imitate the brown color of chocolate inside the jar. Dark oak has a rich brown color. It is darker than regular oak planks, which works for chocolate spread. The lower part of the jar is filled, contents visible through the implied glass. The image base is ready. Higher up, I start building the label. I use snow block for the white background. Snow blocks are bright white and create a clean surface. This is the ideal material for a light label background. On this background, I will create the image. On the label, I build an anime face. This is a stylized version of a Nutella jar with a cute face. I build the eyes from several materials for realism. Orange concrete for the main iris color, black concrete for pupils and outlines, gold block for highlights. They add life to the eyes. dark oak planks for additional shades. The material combination creates expressive eyes. Gold highlights reflect light and make the gaze alive. I make the mouth from black concrete and red concrete. Black mouth outline, red for tongue or lips. An expressive character mouth. Anime style involves big eyes with bright highlights. The face comes out cute and attractive. The remaining voids on the label I fill with snow block. White snow fills the space around the face. The label becomes solid, no holes. White background emphasizes bright face details, balance of white and color. Higher up, I build the text on the jar. I start with the letter N from black concrete. Black letter N stands out on white background. This is the first letter of the word Nutella. It is traditionally black in the original logo. The remaining letters I build from red concrete. Letters U, T, E, L, A are all red. Red color is part of Nutella branding. Black N and red remaining letters, the classic logo. Each letter is clearly readable. The voids between letters I fill with snow block. White background continues behind the text. Letters should not hang in the air. They need a background. Snow blocks fill the gaps evenly. The Nutella text is completely ready. On top, I build again from dark oak planks. Dark oak for the upper part of the jar above the label. This is a continuation of the brown contents. I close the outline from black concrete on top. Black outline frames the entire image. The outline on top completes the jar shape. Black line clearly separates the jar from the background. This is important for image readability. Without an outline, the edges would be blurry. Graphic design requires clear boundaries. On top, I build the lid from snow block. White snow for the white jar lid. The lid is flat like the whole image. It crowns the jar, completing the composition. White lid matches the white label. I frame the lid with black outline from black concrete. The outline frames the lid like other parts of the jar. Clear black lines around white snow. This creates the graphic style of the entire build. Great! My Nutella is ready. It's time for me to show it to the guys.
What?
Wow, JJ, what a cool Nutella you have! A very unusual building.
Thank you guys. I am very glad that you liked my building. Friends, be sure to write in the comments whose building you liked the most. Well, I think it's time for us to finish.
Yes, JJ, you're right!
Subscribe and like. Bye-bye.